So we got this big rematch taking place in the featherweight division on Saturday night between Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz. This time it will be in Las Vegas, not in New York, as the first fight was on the East Coast of the United States. So Leo Santa Cruz is likely to have the bulk of the support in this rematch, whereas Carl Frampton had the bulk of the support in the first fight. There's a very, very big Irish population on the East Coast of the United States in places like New York and Boston, so on and so forth. How much of a factor will that be here? How much will those Mexican fans be able to drive Leo Santa Cruz on, possibly to victory in this fight? One of the things that surprised me about the first fight was Leo Santa Cruz's lack of activity, especially in the early rounds, maybe even in the first half of the fight. Because Leo Santa Cruz is a guy who throws a ridiculous number of punches normally. But against Carl Frampton, his punch output was way down. Now, I don't know if that was down to distractions outside the ring. His dad was battling cancer. He wasn't in the corner, so on and so forth. Or whether it was down to him feeling Carl Frampton's power early on and thinking to himself, you know what, I can't fight my normal fight here. He hits too hard and he's too sharp. So I'm actually going to have to be a lot more careful about how and when I attack. Maybe it was a combination of the two things. If it was more down to the stuff that was going on outside the ring distracting him, then I think Carl Frampton is in for a much tougher fight the second time around. But if it was a case of him being maybe slightly wary because he felt Frampton's power, then Frampton might actually win a bit easier. Leo Santa Cruz might try and pressure him more early on and throw more shots early on, but that'll give Carl Frampton more opportunity to land the big power. And if he does that, he might be able to get the stoppage this time around or put some serious damage on Leo Santa Cruz in the early part of the fight and get the stoppage maybe in the second half. So we'll see. It's intriguing. In these type of situations, the natural thing to do, particularly when the guy who won first time won on points, the natural thing to do is to go with the winner of the last fight because he knows how to outbox the other guy. You know, it's difficult to imagine Leo Santa Cruz outboxing Carl Frampton, put it that way. So when it comes down to skills, you have to say Frampton's got the skills and he's proven that he can best Leo Santa Cruz with those skills over 12 rounds before. So Santa Cruz is going to have to pull out all the stops, take a lot of risks, maybe even take a lot of punishment in order to reverse what happened the first time around. So unsurprisingly, I am going to go with Carl Frampton to win this fight on points again, maybe even a late stoppage this time if Leo Santa Cruz lets his hands go more early. Some people might think that's going to be an inaccurate prediction. Maybe they believe that Leo Santa Cruz was severely distracted by the situation with his dad and so on and so forth, stuff outside the ring. And in this fight with the Mexican fans in Vegas behind him, cheering him on, getting his blood pumping, that he'll be more like the Leo Santa Cruz of old and he'll outwork Carl Frampton. Maybe even force Carl Frampton to be under pressure and maybe get a stoppage himself. Some people might feel that. I personally don't myself. I'm not counting it out. These are two pretty evenly matched fighters. I think Frampton is a bit better, but not much better. Not by a huge margin. Certainly didn't seem a huge margin better than Santa Cruz first time around. He seemed a better fighter, but it's not like it was a mismatch or anything. So Santa Cruz winning wouldn't shock me at all. But yeah, I'm going to go with Carl Frampton to win the fight again. Probably on points, maybe late stoppage. I'm thinking that Santa Cruz is going to be more aggressive in this fight and let his hands go more early on. I know later on in the fight, Santa Cruz was throwing quite a lot of punches, but early on he was quiet. So I'm expecting him to start a bit faster this time. And yeah, that will give Carl Frampton more opportunity to land his big shots. So let me know how you feel about the fight, people. Are you excited for it? The first fight was a good fight. How do you see it going this time around? Are there any factors that I'm not considering before I've come out and told you I think Carl Frampton's going to win again? How many of you guys think that Leo Santa Cruz is going to win? I'll be very interested to know. Drop your comments below. I'll probably make another couple of videos about this fight, maybe a final thoughts video, a weigh-in video, so on and so forth in the next few days. But let me know how you're feeling right now, all right? It's happening, I'm out.